AJ, do a test in the mic real quick just to make sure. Okay, cool. That's what I want to make sure. You were a little. We're keeping that in.
Mic test.
All right, I'm ready to go. You're all gonna be mad at me.
God damn it, Chad.
I will fucking burn you. I will burn you with a lighter. I will light you on fire.
Yo, me?
Chad.
No, Chad.
Why?
The one time he wants to make noise
He's
in the
just
mic.
goosing into the mic.
The one. What a great,
Yeah, Chad,
accurate
stop chewing
representation.
into the
Hey,
mic.
you can't change now. It's too late.
Yeah.
That's Goose's excuse for not changing.
You want to go get you some cereal too while you fucking do that?
I got an overbite.
Goose's excuse for not changing is it's too late.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
literally. He said
It's
it's
not
late
even
in his
30.
life.
What does that mean?
I can't wait for him to develop an opioid addiction. Well, it's too late now. Just gotta keep
God.
doing it.
I love how everything that kid says really makes no sense.
A little bit. He is relatively he is well read on a few subjects. So like when he wants to like talk about something
No, he
seriously,
just thinks he's well read.
He just Wikipedia's everything.
You're
That's
just
true.
Dave. You're just well ignorant on a few subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that he knows a lot. It's just you shockingly know so little about it.
no, there's no.
Me know something little about something.
No.
I mean,
Dave, tell us how smart you are. It's his favorite
We're not
subject.
gonna. No, we're
Now
not
he's-
gonna go into this.
Wait.
We're not gonna go into
Let's
this.
just
He's
say
the
Einstein's
strongest-
embarrassed by my IQ.
Yeah. He's the strongest person in the room and the smartest. Holy
on now.
shit.
And the handsomest.
I was gonna say, and he's the prettiest.
God.
He's like, my penis may not be the biggest, but by God, it's the skinniest.
Oh man, it's the biggest. I can tell. I can tell.
I may not have the biggest balls, but I got the saggiest.
Just because I gotta stuff them into my sock doesn't mean anything.
Healthy.
I stepped on him.
Is that a new gun?
No, that's the shotgun has been missing for a long time. My brother.
Oh, nice. You got
He
it
just
back.
randomly gave it away so it could be used.
My brother's also got my shotgun.
Yeah, Jake went hunting with it and never
Nice.
returned it for like 6 months.
Nice.
Yeah,
He's like, it's kind of hot right now. I'll give it back to you later.
yeah, a little bit.
You don't want it.
I cleaned it twice for you, just a heads up. I was like, all
Where'd
right.
the serial numbers go?
There was one.
Wow, you really cleaned it. You scrubbed all the numbers off.
I am really pissed. There was one chip in the stock that I was a little mad about, but
Is there actually one chip in the stock?
there is a small chip in the stock. Unfortunately,
It's not even real wood.
Are
Why
you sure
mad
it
about
wasn't you?
I'm positive. Yeah, I kept that gun in like mint condition.
Nice.
So we've had it since probably 2004, 2005.
Have you even shot your Mosin yet? You
I
ever
did.
Fucking...
Yeah, I did. When I went to the
Oh,
pit
yeah,
with
you guys
Chad.
went, yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to go there sometime. There's actual like targets in the water that are used for the SWAT team uses it for sniper fire.
Shit.
They use it for
Nice.
training there, so we could actually go out there, and I'll have to make a call, and we can reserve the whole pit.
We can show them how it's done.
Exactly.
Me and Chad can show you guys how it's done.
We'll
Me and
see.
Chad used to.
That
me and
would
Chad
be-
have put about 1,000 rounds down iron sights on those on the wood
Yeah.
stocks.
It would be cool to have a competition to see who could shoot the best in the group.
I would embarrass you all.
Yeah, it's
I don't
probably
think so.
Embarrass us.
It's
I would
probably me.
embarrass you guys
Probably
all.
did, yeah.
No, I
probably
dude,
me.
I used to go.
Sure,
I
Jay's
used
gonna
to
shoot a 22 pistol.
Now-
like,
I used to go to the
recoil.
gun range like every single day. I
Now-
used to live at the gun
Now,
range.
would you mean
It's probably me.
Would you? We could break it down to rifle, shotgun, and handgun.
You can pick,
Chad, they're
you
not
can pick
listening.
whatever gun you want. I'll
Okay.
shoot you.
Shotgun, like I'm using birdshot.
And if you come close, I'll just shoot you instead, and I'll win.
Can't win if you're dead.
Exactly. It's the American way.
No, up north, me and Chad used to be members of a gun range, and like it was crazy. We walked in and they had like a restaurant, and we're like, "Yeah, we'd like to sign up." They're like, "All right, $50."
Yeah,
That's it.
that's awesome.
They're like, "Yeah, $50 for the whole year."
That was the one where
I'm pretty sure it was the cheapest gun range in the whole
Yeah,
state.
and it had like a bar attached to it.
right.
and,
You
like,
told you can get food
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want there too. Like I went, it was
in the middle of nowhere.
in the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere, but it was like 10 feet off the road. So it's like you didn't have to go anywhere. It was like 7 miles from our house. I used to take
that's
an Uber
awesome.
there sometimes.
That is so cool. AJ, do a test in the mic real quick just to make sure. Okay, cool. That's what I want to make sure. You were a little. keeping that in.
My best.
Well, I would assume.
All right, I'm ready to go home.
It's good to have you back, guys.
Now we
a
started doo
we had a few weeks off just to get some rest, get some relaxation in. I saw travel pictures from your stuff, JJ. You looked like you were having a grand old time.
Oh yeah,
Where were you?
Oh, you looked like you just played Jenga the whole time. That's all. Or that fucking.
No, he was on the water.
Yeah,
he
I
was at a
posted
lake.
my boat snap on the
the Instagram post.
on the
Yeah, it looked
Instagram
good.
page. I meant to put that on mine.
It was cool though, dude.
Great social media manager. Thanks, man.
Really spreading our presence.
I
He's
just
like
understood
AJ on
what
a
happened.
boat.
He's like, this is what I'm doing instead of giving you content.
It's content.
It was content.
It was cool looking, dude. I like that. Where was that down at? Was
that
it Georgia?
was Georgia, Lake Yona, Clarksville.
You were
Okay,
on Lake
nice.
Yona?
I was on Lake Yona.
What were you doing there?
What do you know about Lake Yona?
A lot. My family lives in Georgia.
You don't know Lake Yona.
He knows the trailer park out like 2
Second
hours
biggest
out.
lake in Georgia.
That can't be true.
Yeah, but you
How
don't
many
know.
lakes do you think are in Georgia?
You don't know enough to discredit it.
There's got to be a bigger lake than this lake. It is not a very big lake.
Well, Georgia doesn't have much water.
No, I don't know Lake Yona. Not a lot of water out there. A lot of clay.
Chad knows every lake in Georgia. He's
Every
been there
single
8
one.
times, and he knows every
He knows
lake.
every
in Georgia.
lake
There's
and
only
every
6 of them.
bridge.
He's only taken one route the entire time he's been there.
Yeah.
I know 8 of the 6 lakes in Georgia. You probably got it.
8 of the 6 lakes. You're funny.
So you guys were like just doing like wakeboarding and like tubing and shit.
Wake skating.
Wake skating.
So
Yeah.
wake skate. What is that exactly?
No bindings.
oh,
A
okay.
wakeboard has bindings,
Right. Okay.
which I could do. I was great at it, actually. Actually, I'm the
it's like
best
water
person
skiing
ever
for babies.
Oh,
at
yeah.
it.
Nice.
AJ couldn't do it. He told me. I asked him.
We used to water ski all the time. I can water ski very well.
Yeah, I know. I believe that. We're not talking about water skiing.
Yeah, wakeboarding is just water skiing, just basically.
but sideways.
All right. I get it. You're really great at
It's
doing rich people
snowboarding.
activities.
Yeah.
Shut
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck up.
My buddy saw my Snapchat, saw my stories, and said, "It'll come to me."
Yeah.
You're practically bragging like, look, I can have fun. This isn't
No.
a real life skill, but I can have fun.
No,
Look how good
I,
I am at it.
There was a
I'm
Doesn't
great
help me in any of
I'm
the
great at
situations.
vacationing.
Oh, he
Look
said
how
John
good I am at
enjoying the fun-
vacationing.
what was he
He
saying?
just said, "John enjoying the finer things in life." How typical.
I actually I went to school with a kid whose parents were world class water skiers and wakeboarders. Like they were like world champions, and then like their sons were like 2 grades above me and in my brother's grade, and they too were like almost like elite level. Like they could have gone to like big championships and won. So that kid, I do feel bad for the older brother though, because he was insanely smart and insanely talented, and then like 2 weeks before he graduated school,
Life of drugs.
yeah. So
Called it.
2 weeks before he graduated, the principal caught him and a few buddies. No, it was a cop caught him and a few buddies in 8th grade, and they had a bunch of weed on them. And because I went to a Catholic school, they got expelled that day. And so they weren't able to graduate. He had to repeat the 8th grade, go to another school, and he just sort of like the whole thing just kind of went down from there. And so it was like
In the 8th grade?
He did.
I guess
Declined in 8th
I guess
grade.
he's lucky that all that happened was he got expelled. You get caught with pounds of weed and fucking over
Well, I
a
mean,
bunch
if
of
you're in
weed.
the
no,
eighth-
it
if you're in
wasn't
the
a
8th
ton.
grade,
in public
Yeah.
school,
It
you
wasn't-
get like
it-
arrested.
They
Yeah, but-
probably had like an
I mean-
eighth on them.
But the
Like,
thing is though, like I
Right,
like,
that's a bunch.
because
This is a bunch. But
well, it was a lot for 8th graders. Let's just say that.
Any
But, like,
amount
any
is a
amount
lot.
of weed is a lot
I
for
know.
8th graders.
I know.
8th graders shouldn't have weed, and that comes from somebody who smokes weed.
yeah, 8th graders are 14 years old.
Yeah, but here's the
Weird.
crazy.
It's weird you have that statistic on top of your head.
That's not a statistic. That's just
Or
a
that you know that fact.
Yeah, well, it's just
Did
a
you know the
fact.
majority of 8th graders are 14 years old? Mind blowing.
That actually sounds like a fact Chad would tell someone.
How would you not know that?
No, he's
I
like,
work at a
dumb as
school.
the average 8th grade boy is 125 pounds. He's about 5'6".
Yeah, that would be a weird statistic to know.
God, I hate you guys.
You could fit about 7 in the back of a trunk of a Jeep for Liberty. But
You wouldn't believe how many kids it takes to actually clean the school for you. Not as many as you think.
you have no idea how easy it is to blackmail an 8th grader.
Jesus.
What are you blackmailing them with?
I
He's
don't
in
know.
8th grade.
I don't know, Chad. You tell us. You're the one blackmailing middle schoolers to do your work for you.
How many middle schoolers have you bullied in this school?
None. Maybe that
None
one.
yet.
Oh yeah, did you see the one where a kid drew Chad a picture for him?
Kid drew me a picture.
Nice.
Yes.
What's his name? Don't tell us.
Don't
Don't
tell
tell
us.
us.
No, we don't.
For legal reasons,
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Don't say anything. But what was the picture of?
It was actually a picture of William Shakespeare.
You thought it was a picture of Chad.
I also don't think. I actually don't
Chad's
think
like,
he
"Oh, is that
actually drew
me?"
it.
Chad, did you find it in
I
a
think he just
crumpled
said
ball
that.
on the floor?
It was
And
hanging
think
on
was for
the. It was
you?
hanging on the wall in the school, right in the hallway.
And you thought that was for you?
I mean, he said he drew it for me.
It did. It's from the picture. He said he drew it.
It
for
had
him,
his
yeah.
name on it.
On the picture, he said, "I drew this for Chad."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It didn't say I drew this for Chad. It had his name on it.
It said for
because
Chad?
it was
It didn't say for Chad.
because
It
it was
said
a
for the
seventh
trash
grade.
troll.
Yeah, it didn't even say that. It just said garbage on it.
Actually, to the first graders, I used to be the every time I'd walk into the room, they'd all shout, "Here's the garbage man!"
That's awesome.
But then I started bringing them ice cream.
I was like, what?
I help out the cafeteria during lunch, and since
okay.
pandemic, they're not eating in the cafeteria, so
Right.
I would bring boxes of
Ice cream.
ice
bar.
cream down to the first grade room, and then so now I'm the ice cream man.
Well, that's a major step up from
Right.
trash man to ice cream man.
right. Well, I mean, the opinions
Both
of
are great.
first grade classroom is very important.
Like, I mean,
It
just
would
how
matter to me.
how
It wouldn't matter to me.
how
Chad's like, now I
But
gotta
I'm-
update my resume.
Yeah,
Great.
but I'm really superficial, so
how easy
It is like 60 kids. So.
yeah, I would care a lot. Even if one of them didn't like me.
how easy it is to like raise your dignity in the level of a first grader by just bringing him a fucking ice cream sandwich.
God, dude. Metaphorically.
Let's not say that when we're talking about children.
And with Chad, it's not metaphorically.
All right, go ahead and write the time down so you can cut that.
Timestamp / keep it forever.
Yeah. That was
That's
Hashtag
why he
don't
records
delete.
us individually, so he can just cut out an individual track. So he can just
Individual
cut out
wavelength.
what you said, but keep all of us talking shit about you. So the people listening have no idea what you said, but they know that you're a piece of shit.
Big
That's
old
where the
piece of
beep is
shit.
for.
Beep.
Meth.
You're a piece of beep.
But what, JJ,
You're
have
a
you
beep of shit.
have you seen the game that we've been playing on Twitch lately or on Steam lately?
No.
We've been playing Vermintide 2.
Ooh.
Warhammer 40k Vermintide 2.
No, there's
See,
no 40K.
before you get into that,
But it's all right. There's no more room.
Before you get into that, what's been taking over my world lately has been emulators. I've
Okay.
been playing the fuck out of Game Boy Advance games and DS games
On Dolphin?
not Dolphin.
What are you? Are you playing on your
Virtual
computer?
Boy, yeah,
Virtual Boy?
Virtual Boy, and
okay.
then
Yeah, Virtual Boy's good.
DS has this their own specific one, DS Moom or something, Des Moom,
Right.
just some app,
Right.
And well, ever since Castlevania came out on Netflix, I've been
Yeah.
playing the old games on just Game Boy and DS, and just been they've been taking up so much of my time. They're so much fun, and you can just
emulators are
plug in your
fun.
and you
Yeah.
can just plug in your Xbox controller.
Yeah, I mean the great thing about what Nintendo has finally realized is that like, hey, people are finding ways to play these ancient games that we've had. We're just gonna make a Switch port, and so like every month you'll see like a ton of games coming over to Switch, which I'm really actually excited.
I think it's
about.
amazing when companies re-release old games.
It's
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's a
smart.
great thing.
You
It's
don't have
smart.
to. You don't have to remaster it. Just make a port for, and I'm sure there's
Yeah,
definitely
I
effort
mean, yeah.
involved.
Realistically, you're just.
Well, I want
reporting it.
exclusivity to like be a thing of the past.
It's getting
I
there.
want the Jack and Daxter collection or like the
Well,
Sly
Nintendo's always
Cooper,
going to be
like the
exclusive.
Sly Cooper collection.
Yeah.
and I want to be able to like play that on Switch or
There's still,
just like on Xbox too.
Well, the Switch actually has a lot of cross platform games that have come over more than like Xbox
and the re-releases Spyro, Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, Nintendo will take games, but they're not going to let them out.
right.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
yeah.
The thing with the big thing is always
Which I mean, I
operating-
guess they're halfway there.
I'm okay
right.
with that.
I mean, the thing with it's always operating system and engine that you have to worry about. So when it comes to like cross-platform stuff, sometimes it's really difficult. Like Xbox has a really good niche because they have the Windows 10. Because now it's on Xbox One, or all the new Xboxes have an operating system of Windows 10. Same with PC. So you have that immediate cross-platform compatibility. And you've got people who can now play Xbox games with their friends who are playing on PC, which is amazing. It's going to be really, really hard to see that with PlayStation because PlayStation runs off of a ripped off version of Linux. And
it comes down to the graphics cards. So once they went to DirectX 12, they're allowed to it's just been more compatible, just like how phone chargers got standardized.
right.
DirectX 12 standardized the whole market. So right now I can play Call of Duty on my computer with someone who's on Xbox, with someone who's on PlayStation. They're all already cross-platform is now like huge.
It's
every like major game that's released now is cross-platform.
Well, they realized the money.
It's built in.
It's built in now. So like it's hard. You have to purposefully make it so your game isn't cross-platform now.
Yeah, our words are not good today.
Yeah. Well, there's only a few games.
Mercifully?
There's only a few games right now that are major titles that they're really keeping as exclusives. Like I don't really think that
Halo,
God of War, Nathan Drake.
Wasn't Last of Us? Wasn't Last Uncharted. Of Us like one of the big Sony PlayStation?
The first one was really successful. The second one was
I feel like
that was
PlayStation,
PlayStation,
but it was exclusive.
PlayStation does a lot more exclusives.
Horizon Zero
Xbox.
Dawn.
Well, that's because it's owned by Sony. Every Xbox that gets sold, they have to pay Sony because they have a Blu-ray player, and Blu-ray is owned by Sony.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So if you ever buy a Blu-ray player, you're paying.
Hey,
Sony.
I heard something yesterday, and I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but it was kind of a
probably not
reliable source.
What is it?
I heard that console companies sell their consoles at a loss in hopes that they make profits with their games.
It's not the
do you
games.
mean the word console?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I said console.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, because I meant like all console companies, not just one.
That's why they have memberships like Xbox Live, PlayStation
Yeah, like
Network
they
Plus.
intend to make their money through games and sales as opposed to actually their.
But
Well,
the
because
reason-
hardware is a one-time purchase.
right. So
so they can't really make.
Well,
that.
not when you when you release new consoles.
so
every few
according
years.
to
Right, but they release consoles and once every
Like
7 years.
Yeah, you gotta think there's only been 3 versions of Xboxes.
Right, the Half-Life, 4 now.
4, yeah.
But the Half-Life of a console is like 7-8 years.
You're right. So according to Investopia, which is a stocks and tech stocks website, other resources are available. One reason why that companies sell the consoles at a loss initially is to, like you guys said, lure customers into buying them and then try to make up for the losses through each game sold as well as online subscriptions. So we're pretty much spot on that.
Yeah,
also, as more and more units are manufactured, the costs eventually decrease due to the economics of scale.
right.
So that's actually a pretty good argument for that. So
I bet you
it works.
PlayStation 3 was like them trying to really trying to balance that out from the get-go.
I hear PlayStation 3 didn't do that well.
It did not.
Because it was the most expensive console ever sold. It was like $700.
Yeah.
Which it's also crazy to me because the PlayStation 3 didn't sell that well, but then the PlayStation 2 was the most sold console ever in history.
Yeah, but
No,
nowadays,
I think the Wii's the most sold console in history.
I think it's
Two.
low. I'll have to look it up.
PS2.
Yep, let's look it up.
PS2. I
think it's
thought
Wii.
Wii is the most sold additions to the console. Like
Okay, wait a second.
accessories.
Wait, before you say anything, I actually think I know what it is.
It's the PlayStation 2.
All right.
I think we made more money. Is the most grossing console ever.
Are we doing
I
units
think
sold?
PlayStation 2 is most units.
Are we doing? So you want to do units sold?
Yeah.
Units sold is currently PlayStation 2 at 155 million units, released in 2000.
Which really doesn't even seem like a lot.
After that,
Really doesn't.
After that was the Nintendo DS and the Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Yeah, those things were hot fucking fire.
And here's the thing: the DS only was beat by PlayStation 2 by 1 million. So 155 and 154 million. Then there was the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1, and then the Wii.
Oh, I was saying I feel like consoles are being smart nowadays by keeping a limited number of supply available. Like the PS5 is hard to find. Xbox, what is the new Xbox?
Xbox and
Xbox X or whatever.
Yeah.
Is like impossible to find. Like no one can find one. Like
You
you go
can't
to
even-
Best Buy. And
I
they're
don't
not
understand
available.
why that's smart though.
You still can't buy
now
Switches.
because Switch it. Switch did it. Everyone wants a Switch. It builds up the hype. Same reason why you keep a line at a bar, even though you're not at capacity, just to keep that hype.
Right.
Because people love waiting in line.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but then
that
they're
was
not
the,
selling games and subscriptions.
Right. I don't think that was the intention either. I think the intention that they had.
I think they did it intentionally because
I don't think
Well,
they did.
no, COVID had a real big impact on
Yeah, on
exporting things
manufacturing.
overseas and manufacturing. You also
So
had
everything's like
yeah.
behind right now.
Right, but
there's not
they-
enough PlayStation, not enough Xboxes, not enough computer parts,
Right.
not enough Switches. There's just not enough of it being made right now.
Also, the fact that Nintendo, in terms of the Switch, they had no idea how crazy it would be in
I
terms of
think they
success. No, they understood that it was a big deal, but they were not prepared. They came out saying we didn't understand how big of a deal this was. Now,
Well, the Wii U kind of flopped hard
the Wii
too.
U
did,
flopped hard.
but the Switch was so great
It was
because
still
the,
a great system though.
The Switch
I'm
was
sure
so
it was.
great because
Every
the
system's
tech was
great.
perfect at the time. The sensors were great. How good the vibrations were and how sensitive they were was spot on. Especially if you're doing those little. If you want to see the perfect example of those little things working,
It's that one game,
it's
1-2.
Yeah, on the
something.
1-2 switch, the balls in the cup, you have to like count how many balls are in the cup by just moving it around, and you feel individual balls moving around in a
it's
cup
pretty
in the little
cool.
controller. It's so accurate and sensitive. It's
Or
great.
when you're milking the cow.
Yep,
you can,
that
like,
one's
feel
good.
it.
Yep. You can actually feel it. That is a really
Stop
strange
it.
one.
And I think it's really smart
Stop.
the way Nintendo did it with their docking station.
You wanna
where
see
it's-
how mine
where
milk
it's
my
no
cow?
cables
No.
you have to plug into the actual switch
Yeah,
to
it's
get
great.
it onto the TV. You
Genius.
just put it into the docking station.
Well, it's
and that's
literally
it.
just
Yeah,
like
that is cool.
it's literally
Yeah,
like
you
a
set it
computer
down.
using an external graphics card.
In ways, yeah. It is actually, that's a really good way to say it.
Even though you told me TVs don't have graphics cards.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah, what are you saying?
It's not.
it's
Not
the way
anything
the,
like it.
It's like the screen is the entire console, and you're just plugging it into
docking
HDMI.
station.
You're pretty much just plugging
Right.
it into a docking station that's just like preset up to be an HDMI to the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
But
like-
it
That's
also
all it really is just like a docking station, so you can plug it into the TV.
and it all but it also like
But it
it-
runs quicker and faster when it's
Does it?
plugged in. Yeah.
yeah.
It runs
I don't really know then.
It runs
Well,
like 1080 when
Well,
it's
that's just
plugged
battery.
in.
That's just battery life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's
would
how
be-
much
that-
power they're
that
putting
wouldn't
out.
be. You wouldn't be able.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like
Because I
battery
guess it is
usage,
also plugged
wattage.
into the wall too.
But
Same reason why I like it. Dave's on a laptop right now, and that's a gaming laptop. If he kicked it up to high performance mode and unplugged it, his battery would last 20 minutes. You
Yep.
know?
Oh, I
Exactly.
always keep
Yep.
my laptop is always plugged in. It just doesn't work not plugged in. Lasts for like an hour.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
Because it's a gaming laptop. Yeah.
it also
and
runs
I always have it on high performance.
and it runs super hot, doesn't it? It gets
Oh,
super hot in the bottom.
yeah.
And that's one thing. But they've gotten a lot better with that.
Mine
over
has
the
a
years.
great fan too, but it still fucking cooks.
I had a
Get a-
big
get a
MSI
cooling
one
dock
that worked
for it.
Yeah,
like,
it's only like
really
20
well,
bucks.
and it
Yeah,
worked
I
like
don't know why
better.
I don't have one.
I'm just probably gonna get one next paycheck.
What would work? What happened to it?
I had
Gotta
that
let
big.
him more
I
fun
traded to
moneyness.
Chad's brother, but it had
Oh,
big,
okay.
huge fans on the back of it, and that shit
Yeah.
kept it really cool.
Nice.
What are you talking
That
about?
big gaming
The big
laptop
M-
I traded your brother.
The MSI one.
I remember that huge one I had that was like a nuclear reactor. It was like that fucking fat on the back and had huge fans on it. But it
Yeah.
ran
I don't
faster.
remember that one.
But for the fans, we are going to be starting to go on Twitch a lot more. The main reason that I wanted to do this podcast is because I wanted to be able to capture the experiences that I had with my friends in playing video games. The amount of like laughs and the amount of fun times and memories that we had from playing video games.
All the
I
fights
wanted to
and
be able
screaming at each other.
All of it, even
All
all
the
of it.
keyboards we've gone
Hearing our
through.
parents scream in the background belligerently, it was all great.
Shut the fuck up.
It's time for dinner. Can you pause that? I'm in the middle of a match.
All of that stuff. It was something I wanted to be
Dave
able to
getting
capture.
beat in the background. I'm sorry, Dad.
What do you mean you can't pause it? How many times have I fucking been over this? I cannot pause this game.
Goose's mom. Hey, honey, I made you some food. Mom, get the fuck out of my room.
Oh my God, you're a terrible person.
Goose.
Oh, what a terrible
Or
person.
in the exact opposite, Dave's dad would be like, David, be like, I have to go. I'll be back 4 hours. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I learned very quickly. Either I listened to what he said or I didn't and didn't wake up.
I remember I tried to convince a WoW group to wait 20 minutes while I ate dinner with my dad. I didn't tell him I was going to eat dinner with my dad.
What role were you?
I think I was just like DPSing.
Well, then it's necessary to. Well, DPS needs to wait. Give him a minute.
No, not
No?
for me.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't
Yeah.
the carry.
No.
There were other
You need a
DPS.
tank or a healer.
Right.
That's it. DPS are super replaceable.
Nice.
Everybody's a DPS. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But no,
Everybody
because
wants to do
tanks
that.
are super
No
hard
one
to come
wants
by.
to do the.
Nobody
No one wants to be responsible.
Nobody wants to sit there and heal you all day.
Yeah, and no one wants to be responsible for it all like going well. I just want to be able to go boom, 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 boom. Like I just want to hit him as hard as I
I
can.
want to blame someone else when it goes wrong.
Of course.
I want to say you didn't tank
I know.
well
I
enough.
was a healer in ESO. If you guys don't remember,
Yeah, and you sucked.
I would always try. I'd be like fighting my health pool. Dave would be like, "Nah, I'm gonna go try to backdoor him. I'm dead." Yeah, because you didn't stay in my heal.
Terrible game. Oh, so who asked me that the other? Oh, Ryan asked me that the other day, and he's like, "You ever play ESO?" I'm like, "I'm level 280." And he's just like, all right, I guess no. And he thought I was being like rude, like, and I'm like, no, bro. Last time I was out, I was level 280.
Yeah.
Like,
Played through the entire world.
I played through the
three
entire
different-
game.
Yeah.
and 3 different
Now,
species.
they've come out with 2 major expansions in the last like 6 months. Which
looks
are
pretty good.
really good. Which are and the cinematics they've done for them.
Of course they look
very
good.
Well,
But
and
it's
I want to
Elder
play
Scrolls.
Final Fantasy 14.
Elder
I don't.
Scrolls
Yeah.
6 isn't going to come out for like 8 more years just because they just pump all their fucking money into that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
would
need to
What is
probably-
it,
It's making them
Bethesda
money.
or whatever?
Yeah, it's making them a lot of money.
Would you guys get the next Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
fuck
will.
yeah,
Of
man.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I've
would-
never played any.
It would be
They're
the same
fun.
exact
You
as
never played Skyrim?
No.
I would end up buying it 8 times like Goose did.
You know,
I don't
they
even
have
like
it.
you. I don't
they-
like you anymore.
They
No.
have it for Switch, and I think I want to get it.
You do want to get it, and you won't leave your room for 6 months.
one of the
I'm
best-
not kidding
yeah,
you.
it's one of the best games you could
I
ever
think I've
play.
ever played.
Skyrim is great.
So you never
It's
played
great.
Fallout either, I take it?
No.
You can skip Fallout. It's a great series.
Both of you can just get out.
No.
New Vegas is
Vegas-
easily one of my top
It is
favorites.
one of the best
that's
games of all time, but it's
number
old.
3 or 4.
Now Skyrim is also old, but the graphics hold up better than New Vegas.
Old? You're complaining about playing old games? Half
Yeah.
the games we play are old.
How
I
old
understand
is
that.
League of Legends?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that
but you
came
can
out in
ru-
2008. That
Yeah,
came out.
I
That
can
came
mod
out
out.
before.
I can mod out Fallout that has modern HD graphics.
League
Okay,
of
let's
Legends
see
came
how
out
much this
before
game
New
costs.
Vegas.
Who wants to
That
get
actually
me?
might be true.
Chad, don't you want to get me Skyrim for my birthday for Switch?
Probably not.
I'm going to be 30 years old. I think you do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Wow.
you think you're too old to be playing video games?
We're gonna be in a retirement home, fucking
Shut
beating
the
the head.
fuck
We're gonna
up.
be beating each other over the head with VR controllers in the retirement home.
No, I think
Are you
by the
kidding me?
time we're old enough to be retired, I don't think China will have any retirement homes in the world of China.
Yeah.
The
China
world of
world.
China. China world.
Where do you live, China World?
China world number 1.
China world number 1 from China system.
The aliens show up and then
United
finally like,
Republic,
oh fuck
China.
no, get the fuck out of here. They just turn around. 86 million light years wasted.
Wasted.
Yeah, but we are going to be starting to put out a lot more.
Number
Wasted.
But we are going to be putting a lot more content out on the Twitch channel. I've already started to make it. I've already started making.
Wait, why is it wasted? Because it's China?
No, aliens come
No,
here.
be the
86
game.
million light years travel here, wasted on you people.
China number 1.
because of that.
So funny.
That would be so.
Are you listening, aliens? China number 1.
China number 1.
But no, we are going to be
better
putting
make-
out a lot more content on Twitch and starting to upload them to all the social media websites, mostly YouTube for playlists. I've already started working on a playlist for loading screen banter.
I want you to send that to me so that way, even when I'm just like playing emulators or playing anything,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a
can just
webcam?
load it up. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. We can absolutely. I can
Oh, yeah,
absolutely
do
send
I
you
have a
that stuff.
webcam?
But
I'll send you my link to my webcam.
okay, sounds good.
Small subscription fee.
Oh, I just need your IP, don't worry.
IP, trust
Yeah.
me.
So if you guys want to watch us slay rats, if you want to watch JJ play emulators, if you want
Or
to watch,
apparently P.
yeah, if you guys want to watch me just destroy these guys in Halo,
I know.
By all
Yeah,
means.
you guys have been playing Halo again without me. I'm so pissed.
Yeah,
We
I don't
play
play
anyway.
Halo because it's
We
so
told you
old.
we got it on the computer.
I
Right,
actually
but
don't
then
play
I
Halo
hear-
because it's so old.
what are you saying?
But then I
Yeah,
hear
when did
you
that
played
come out?
nonstop for like 2 weeks,
No, no,
and
no,
then we're
95.
absolutely
no,
murking
no,
these
no, no,
guys.
no, no, no.
By
Because
no,
they-
he means yes.
And none of them are very good to begin with.
All right, let's play Reach.
No, I'm gonna tell you this.
Every time we played,
Let's play Reach, and I'll wipe the floor with all
Okay,
of y'all.
first off, every
Y'all,
time
y'all.
we played, and it
Yes,
was
let's
the
play-
6 of us.
All right, well, get on.
Why don't you shut
Yeah,
up?
we
and let me
play every
finish?
single fucking
No,
night.
I don't want you to finish.
Oh, well, it was just me and Dave because we had to pick teams between me and Dave because we would just run
All right.
your fucking
Yeah,
asses.
all right, I get it.
'Cause
You're
you're
team
so
captain.
bad at
Yeah,
a
go ahead, be
video
a team
game.
captain.
We get it. You're team captain.
He has to be
Good.
team
Hold on.
captain,
Nobody's
so he won't be
fucking telling
picked
you no.
last.
Nobody said you were bad.
Hold on.
He's
Relax.
got to be the team captain, so he doesn't get
You don't have
picked
to
last.
fucking swing your dick at us.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
put it back in
I'm
your
gonna
pants,
swing
bud.
my dick.
Hold up.
Swing my dick.
I'm gonna
Fucking poke my eye out.
First off, I'm going to give Chad credit was because on console, he was very formidable when we played in person on console.
Oh, you're not plugging in a controller?
Wait, if we're going with screen looking, yeah, I can do that too.
I'm just giving him credit where
Peeky,
credit
peeky.
is due.
Peeky,
You
peeky.
don't plug in a
We all
controller?
have to share.
No,
we all
Chad's
have to
a
share
screen
screens.
watcher.
Yes, I
That's
plug in a
why we don't play
controller.
in person
That's not the
anymore. Hold up.
issue.
You guys remember
Dave's
playing
just
at
trying
my
to make
house
excuses.
and we would
No.
win? Well, my team would win, and I would run downstairs and slap the stairs and be like, "You fucking suck, loser!"
I was on your team every time. Yes,
I know.
we would do it together.
and Evan would
And you guys
cry.
would slap each other's balls.
Of
and
course.
That's how we won.
Now,
No one
we
would
won.
get mad.
Now here's one thing that I do need to get across very quickly. Because I played for 2 weeks ahead of schedule, is not the reason
It
why
was
I'm
longer
better.
than 2 weeks. Yeah, the reason was because he kept playing SWAT.
No. Here is the reason why. Here's the reason why.
Oh, so he was just battle
Headshot.
rifling headshots into you every 3 seconds.
Yeah,
No,
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 that's what he does. He just battle rifles all of
Because-
us down.
Well, SWAT's the best way to play.
It's the best way
And
to
he knows
train.
every map.
Best way to play.
Here's the
and
reason
knowing
why.
the maps is so important.
Here's the reason why I'm good at Halo.
Chad, will
And
you
the-
let Dave
We
talk?
just said it all, dude.
No.
Because you.
we already explained it.
Yeah,
Here's-
that's
I'm
what
gonna
that's
tell
what
you,
we were
I've
saying.
told-
last
What he
time.
says is just going to be stupid.
No, what it is when I was growing up and Halo 3 came out with my cousins were insanely good at first-person shooters, especially Halo. And I didn't own Halo at the time, and when I finally got it, I was insanely far behind.
It's dead.
And they decided that they were going to destroy me every single time that I played with them. Because they said, if you're going to be on our team in multiplayer online, we don't want you to suck. So we're going to kill you over and over again until you finally get better. Like Doomsday from DC. So what I did was slowly and surely I got killed less and less and got better and better until finally when we started to play real multiplayer, I would mark the shit out of people. And it never left me. It has basically been like something that's been beaten into me.
You guys should get good at Halo 5. It's annoying
because
that's
of
not part
Caleb,
of the Master Chief.
It is.
Jordan,
annoying.
Jason, and Ryan. Those motherfuckers beat me to death
Just be merged
non-stop in
in.
Halo, from sniping kills to sword kills to every single trick in the
on.
book. And if they were to pick it up today, they would murk my ass in a fucking minute. And I guarantee it. But because that's what I had to go through for years, literally years, that's the reason why I'm that good.
So hold on. So this happened within the last year?
This happened when I was like a teenager.
So then why did you get significantly better in the last year?
I didn't.
He
I've always
plays all
been
the
that
time.
good.
I've
always been that good.
Oh, so just, like 5 or 6 people are wrong.
Yes.
5 and 6 people that played Halo a bunch of times with you and then noticed you get significantly better.
I didn't get that
Are all
better.
wrong.
I didn't
Do you
get
wanna-
significantly better.
No,
Do
Dave,
No,
you
that's a
used to
lie.
be like 3rd or 4th on the list every single time we'd play in person. You were never number 1 constantly.
Dave,
In
the
last
games
6
wouldn't
months,
the
you've
games
gotten-
wouldn't end with you 15 kills ahead every single time.
Well,
Yeah.
It's
Dave-
also
until now, all of a sudden, 2 months after you
well,
decided
whenever
to
we
play
played
every day.
1v1, Dave
And-
always won by a long shot. That's not true.
yeah, because it was a lot more like team focus and stuff.
We always
like,
played whenever we played teams, Dave just played as well as everyone else. But when we
Right.
played 1v1,
I would take it away.
he would take. Yeah, he won.
Not in person. Not when we used to
well,
play.
we didn't
No,
really.
I
we
think
never.
so.
We never really did. We never really did.
We
free
did
for all
it a few
together.
times.
I am going to. However, I am going to turn Goose into the best Halo player out of all of us.
No, you're not.
Goose?
The reason being is
The guy
that
who hasn't even been on in a month.
Goose isn't good at anything. No
Here-
one can teach him to be good at
no, no,
anything.
he is very good at sniping,
It's too
and
stubborn.
No, he's
so
not.
he is very good at sniping.
No, we just tell him he's good at it so he can feel good about it and keeps playing with us.
No, that's not true. He fucking marks the shit out of us with sniping. Now, what I did introduce him to SWAT, and he took to it like crack. So he is going to start doing SWAT.
So that's how you got
matches.
better in the last 6 months.
You
Just
train.
playing SWAT all the time.
You learn how to train headshots, dude.
Hold on. So
Wait, Dave just
you're
admitted to
so
training
so
over
to
the
make
last
No,
so
that's
to,
how
hold
you
on.
do get better.
So to make him a better Halo player, you're going to do that thing that you said you didn't do.
I've done it for years. I've done that literally for years. It's not that I did it
Give
for
that a
a
me.
month. I did it for years.
He's doubling down on it.
I've been doing it since I was fucking 12 years old. That's how I dial in headshots, dude. Is because I practice.
No,
I don't
I get
practice
it.
in regular
See,
matches.
he's admitting
get
to
it.
practicing.
Exactly. I've played it for a long time. I've played it since I was 12 years
the
old.
Master Chief just flows through your blood.
It's just the game that I never stop
He's
playing.
John.
I'm just, yeah.
115.
It's the game I never stop playing. That's it. That's all it is.
It's a good game.
It is. That's why I like it.
And you're good at it.
After all this practice.
He's always been good. Haven't you guys been listening?
Haven't you listened to him?
Speaking of
Dave's like, I've been good since the game was made.
Now, Chad noticed this before I noticed this, but remember how you were telling me how Steam has been flooded with porn games over the last several months?
Yeah, I did see that, and I wanted to skip to that immediately.
Yeah, so what restriction? Did they finally lift some restriction, or did some
Yeah, they allowed porn games.
Okay, so that was
Nice.
the official thing.
Like they went from you can't have any nudity to we can allow full-fledged anything.
Yeah, Dave, what's the other option? The other option is that people just discovered they can invent porn games.
Well, no. I don't.
That's the
I
other
don't know if
option
it
is
was,
why they're
I've
always
been
on there.
downloading porn games
Right.
to my
Yeah, I
computer
know.
for
I mean,
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they no longer have to be like shitty flash games.
You know, it always came in phases.
Tickle elbow.
So
Tickle
it's like
knee,
now they're gonna
now
be
your
able,
leg.
Now
your
for the
leg.
first time ever, people are going to be able to get paid for making a porn game.
That is true. Now, here's how crazy it was. Within like 2 or 3 days of
It's gonna be terrible.
the new Resident Evil Village came out, there was a porn mod for the Resident Evil game.
Of course,
For
there
the
was.
chick.
No, it's not actually
For the
Damascus.
chick.
not her, but her sisters, the 3 sisters. There was like
I
some
don't
lewd
know.
sisters
I would
package
never
that
Some
came
play.
out.
lewd sisters.
Yeah, that's what it was
Lewd,
called.
such a great word.
Changes
for
like I
video
love
games.
lewd
I know, right?
sisters.
Yeah, type in lewd sister.
How lewd are they? Are they like full blown red cheeks with their tongue sticking out lewd, or
Sounds like Chad's played a couple Flash games.
Looks like
Chad.
Chad knows exactly what he's talking about.
Chad.
It's like there's a
I'm
reason
on
why no one's
Reddit a
allowed to go
lot.
through my phone.
Chad, do you touch the elbow first, the knee first, or the shoulder first? And he knows exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
actually don't.
Yes,
I don't
you
get
do.
it.
All those stupid sex games.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And, like,
don't
arm-
get it.
Oh, okay. I
It's
didn't get
You
it.
click on that. Oh, your options on the side. Yeah. Touch knee. I'm fucking getting laid.
You
tonight.
gotta warm them up.
I'm gonna go to a bar sometime and do that. Just randomly walk up to a girl
I don't
and
know. I
not
felt
say
like
anything.
Newgrounds had like dating.
Start tickling her elbow.
He's like, aren't you the
dating
bouncer?
games.
Right? Just get knocked out.
Aren't you the bouncer? Elbow?
Elbow.
elbow.
Elbow?
Don't worry. After your knees, I'm gonna start tickling your balls.
And it's always the
Chad, what game did you been? I think your game might be on the wrong set. Maybe the right setting. No judgment. Never mind.
Happy Pride Month.
There's that secret button in the background. You click that switches it.
Chad, you always keep your headphones on the wrong ear, and it fucking kills me. Every single podcast, I don't think you've ever put your. Do you do it
It's
on
because
purpose?
the thing's on this
Yeah,
side.
it's whatever
and I
are
don't-
comfy. The difference is
No,
Fucking
God.
kid alone.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
it just kills
up.
me.
We should kill you.
We should kill you.
Yeah, we should kill you.
Murder pack.
I don't have anything. Oh, you want this?
Yeah, you fucking lesbian.
No, he was trying to
I'm
see.
sorry.
If
Happy Pride
no,
Month.
he was trying to see if your shoulder was the first spot. He didn't say. He went ooh first, so that was you were right. You were,
So,
you let the
I've
meter
I've
fill
been
up a
playing
little
lots
bit.
of Catan.
Yeah, I saw
Also
that on your
on my
phone.
phone.
That's a bad game. You should stop.
It's a fun game.
That's a bad game. It's not fun.
So, Dave, YouTuber or domestic abuser? Which one do you got this Saturday or tonight?
Oh, it's not even a fucking joke. Here's
Floyd
the,
Mayweather versus
Logan Paul.
Logan
I
Paul.
can't wait.
Dude,
Why?
Logan Paul's gonna destroy him.
No.
Logan Paul has like fucking
Logan Paul's
Six
gonna
inch.
his
smack him
arms.
around.
His arms are almost twice as long as Floyd.
He's got an
Yeah.
8-foot reach.
But Floyd's gonna smack him around like it's Floyd's wife.
No, it's not. It's his kid. His kid.
his kid. Oh.
So no, here's
yeah, he does
here's my
abuse his
here's
child
my
as well.
analysis of the Logan Paul Mayweather fight.
Thanks, AJ.
It's the fact
Hey, this is big news, man.
you're talking.
no, I actually didn't hear about it.
YouTuber versus woman.
You know who Floyd
abuser.
Mayweather is, right?
Yeah, no,
50-0.
Shut up.
Best
Let him-
boxer
let
in
him
the world.
talk.
should be 48-2, but okay.
51-0 if you count his wife.
Right.
He abuses his wife.
And his child.
52 now.
52 and out.
So he is the best defensive boxer of all time. Insanely fast, insanely smart. He knows how to box correctly to win. Logan Paul is a natural athlete, insanely big, insanely strong. If Logan Paul is aggressive and goes and really leans into it and pressures him nonstop, then he can get a knockout. The only way that Logan Paul is going to win is a knockout. However, the rules have come out. The Florida Athletic Commission has come out and said there are no judges and there are no winners declared. But knockouts are allowed. So the only way that Logan Paul could win is if he was to use every bit of his physical dominance.
You don't think the 27-year-old's gonna outlast the 57-year-old?
No. Because Floyd Mayweather has gone his conditioning is insane. His greatest ability is to use the least amount of energy to be the most efficient. He's the most efficient boxer that we have ever seen. Now, I'm not saying he's the greatest or the heavy hitter, the biggest heavy hitter or not. I'm saying that he's the most efficient boxer that we have ever seen in the history of boxing. And I'm going to give him that credit, even though I don't like him as a boxer or I don't watch his fights. I don't enjoy watching him.
No one likes him as a person, so
Right.
you don't even have to say that. No one likes him as a person. He is a bad person, but he is an amazing boxer.
So I am not, you have
But then again, they're both bad people.
Right. I'm going to give Mayweather the immediate advantage. Now, the only thing is, once again, if Logan Paul just understands that, hey, I have 3 8-minute rounds to take this guy's fucking head off, all it takes is one chip. He doesn't have to land a direct punch. He just has to get a really good
I thought it was
clip.
8 3-minute rounds.
Yes, that's what it is. Sorry. It's 3.
I was like,
Yeah,
an 8-minute round?
No.
8 minutes. How we even last?
I misspoke.
Ridiculous.
But
I was like, I don't know. I've been in a lot of fights, and I've never been in a fight that's lasted 3 minutes, let alone 8 minutes.
well, UFC fights
well,
are
none of those
3
have been with
minutes.
professionals.
yeah,
right.
true. No, yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, they usually just.
If all he has to do is clip Mayweather one good time. That's all. It's just one punch, and that's how. Who is the guy? Is it Cruz, the big Mexican boxer?
Oh yeah, that's how he
beat Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
He clipped him one time and fucking snapped something in his fucking brain and knocked him halfway unconscious, and then knocked him down 2 more times because he was fucking his equilibrium was off.
Yeah.
That's all it takes is one good clip. So it could very easily be one clip. However, it's an exhibition fight with no decided winners, no judges, and it's all bullshit. So I'm much more excited to watch Jake Paul fight Tyron Woodley because that's a legit fight. Jake Paul is a much better boxer than his brother. Tyron Woodley is an actual fucking striker and a UFC guy. Even though he is not as good as he was, that's the most dangerous fight that Paul has ever gone into. He's insanely good.
Jake Paul will
Askren's a
fight
joke.
anyone except for a real fighter.
No,
Well, no,
but we're
Tyron Woodley is a UFC champion.
Yeah,
Tyron Woodley.
yeah,
Well, you better hope he doesn't hear that.
No,
That's
Jake
why he's
Paul-
gonna fight you.
Yeah,
Jake
that's
Paul
why.
actually beat a real fighter. We're talking about his younger brother is fighting
Okay,
Mayweather.
Ben Askren doesn't. I mean, Ben Askren
Askren
is a real fighter,
he's
but
a-
he's well past his prime.
Also, Ben Askren was a shit striker,
younger
but he
than
was a
Mayweather.
he was a elite
Yeah,
level
but
wrestler.
Mayweather.
True.
Is still,
I was joking. I was joking. It was a joke. They're not in the same category.
Right.
There's very, very few boxers or fighters in the world in the same category as Mayweather.
Right.
He's proved it 50 times.
Yeah. So, but I will say that I'm giving Jake Paul a lot of credit for taking on Tyron Woodley because Tyron Woodley, I didn't really give a shit about the Ben Askren fight because Ben Askren is a world-class wrestler and not a striker. Tyron Woodley knocks people the fuck out. He is a former belt holder for the UFC, which are the greatest mixed martial artists in the world. No one else, no other organization holds a candle to the UFC. Not Bellator, not Strikeforce, or any of that shit. It's all the UFC. That's why I'm actually excited to watch that. And if Jake Paul were to beat Tyron Woodley, I would give him an insane amount of credit and give him the respect of an actual fighter because those guys are naturally athletic. They have a lot of natural athleticism. So I'm going to give them that much. But if Jake Paul were to beat Tyron Woodley, it would be a legitimate victory. Like a legit, holy shit, this dude had to put
When
in
is
the
that
fucking
fight?
work. August, I think.
And the Mayweather fight's tonight, right?
Mayweather fights tonight.
It starts in
no, I
few
think
hours.
it's tomorrow.
Tonight's Saturday. It's Saturday night. All
I
big
thought it
fights are
was
Saturday
Sunday.
night. I think
No. They don't operate UFC fights on Sunday, right?
It's not a UFC fight.
Or
It's
on,
most combat sports are on Saturdays. However,
Fight
Combat
night. That's what it is. It's fight night. Saturday night's fight night. It's like a classic thing.
Right.
Like they
Yeah, no, I
play
get
football
that.
Monday,
I've never heard
Thursday.
anyone say combat
because the working
sports.
man doesn't have to go back to work. But the big thing for me is the
Sunday, June 6th.
only. Okay.
Holy shit! It is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. And it's in Florida too.
Now that we know what that is, I want to
Which
talk
I'm
about one
happy
more
about 'cause
topic.
It starts at 8
Yeah.
instead of fucking.
Yeah, but the
Oh well, still main
but
fight's not gonna happen.
the only fight I'm gonna pay for this year probably is the McGregor Poirier 3 fight. That's
Yeah, that'll
about
be
it.
good.
That'll be huge. And if Tyson Fury goes up against
McGregor's
Anthony
probably
Joshua,
gonna lose that fight.
I doubt it. From the conditioning I've seen him do and the training that he has to do, he won the first round. It's just those leg kicks fucked him up. He didn't correctly feint those leg kicks, and Poirier came in with a really good plan, and he executed it well. Conor McGregor could have knocked Poirier out in the first round. So I'm excited to see Conor come out, and he wants that belt. So he's going to have to fight. If he beats Dustin Poirier, he's going to have to fight Oliveira, who has the current belt title. And I think Conor McGregor could fuck up Oliveira as a striker. So I guess enough for the fighting stuff. I'm really into that stuff. I win a lot of money on the fights, so I'm excited for those anyway, no matter what.
Turn your fucking sound off, dude. Come on.
Come
It
on.
won't pick up.
It just did.
I know, but
I
I'll
heard
cut
it.
Shut the
I'll cut it.
Why do you even have your
Shut up.
phone on sound, you scumbag?
So
I'm glad I
All
roofied
right,
your
guys, let's talk about Bigfoot.
there were. So Chad,
beer. You mean skunk ape?
Yep.
yes. Are you a?
Did you hear about the little chupacabra that invaded a small town? They have like video of it, and they say it came from there's like 1,000 witnesses, and they say this thing came out of the sky and released a chupacabra into the street, and then went back. You should Google it. Google
Okay.
chupacabra, and there's like 1,000
Okay.
witnesses,
Is there a
and they
thousand
say it came
videos?
from aliens. Look up aliens dropping off a chupacabra.
Just like a
It's
goat.
an
It's just
actual
like
thing.
a guy throwing a goat out of a helicopter.
the cartel has had a lot of extra money going around lately.
enough.
They
to
don't really
fucking-
understand things in Mexico.
enough to literally go to war with the
How
police.
recent was this?
It
It's
was
an April
like-
Fool's joke. It was a Bloomhouse did it. It was an April Fool's joke.
You suck.
But so Chad, are you more of a
Chad got so
Nessie
excited.
or a Bigfoot guy?
I'm more of a Hitler's in Argentina kind of guy.
So you're more based on you're more
Chad
of a
just
fact-based
wishes.
guy.
Chad just hopes that
No,
Hitler was
no,
alive.
JJ,
still alive.
When we
No,
were talking about
he's my
Disney,
pen pal.
No, here's the crazy thing. We had my buddy John Pinner in the other week, and we were talking about his experiences as Disney employee, and we were making jokes
all the secret
about
tunnels we talked about.
Yeah, like we were talking about all the cool shit about working for Disney, and we were joking him and asking, so where's Disney's corpse? Like we were joking about that, and he's like, honestly, from all the stuff that I've looked at it and what
I'm good.
he was really into in his later life, I think he went to Argentina to die. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, he just loved the culture, loved the people. And like, you mean the little village in there where they all spoke German? And he's just like, I don't know, man. It's just he really enjoyed going there in his later life. And I'm like, it got creepy as fuck.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about how at that time Hitler would have been like technically later on in his life and
Yeah.
established because it was 10 years
70.
after.
He would have been like 70 almost.
Yeah, it was like 10 or 15 years after
World War
Hitler
II.
would have
Yeah.
died and went to
Yeah.
Argentina.
Just brought.
That's where you go when you die.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Well, when you're a Nazi.
When you're a Nazi.
right. Just bring all your Deutsch
No one's
marks.
white. This is hell.
Where are your blue eyes? I ask. Fräulein, where are the blue eyes?
So what did we hear about Bigfoot?
So apparently there was
Enlighten
a huge
Huge, huh?
there was this picture
Just like the chupacabra.
The guy's foot. You should have seen it.
this one is it's like because there's always like every couple years there's like some big sighting somewhere
This
like
is
in
it?
the flyover states, and they saw
The flyover states.
in like the Midwest and in like the mountain areas. Now
That's what they call them, flyover states.
I get
yeah.
it.
Now the
'Cause-
crazy thing about those places like Nebraska and like near the Rockies is that the Rocky Mountains are so dense and the terrain is so treacherous that a very small amount of land in the Rockies has been actually surveyed and explored and all that. So there does allude to a lot of mystery in that area, and it kind of shows how that Bigfoot thing kind of became a real thing back in the day, was because so much of that area, especially 30, 40 years ago, was so like untouched, right? The only time people went out in those areas were to look for places where serial killers dump bodies,
Right.
you know?
Or for gold.
I mean, in the 1960s, maybe in the 1970s, but like if you could see in this little picture right here, there was like them like people jogging and they saw like that.
They saw him.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's
I
like,
mean, how can you disagree with it?
yeah, and so
Yeah,
there's
I knew the
always
picture.
How would you
Pass
not?
that closer.
It's 2021. How would you not take out your phone, record a video, and chase after it?
well, it's huge.
Yeah, I would not chase after that thing.
No, dude, that thing's
You
massive.
chase it if you saw
Only you,
Bigfoot.
because you would try to fight it.
It's massive.
What
dude.
if it tries? What if it kills you?
Right.
Yeah. What if that's why there isn't better evidence of Bigfoot because it fucking murders people?
How are you calling that massive? Look at its potential size to that bush. Look at this bush compared to that bush. This bush is in the foreground. That's about what, 4.5 feet? That means that bush is about 4.5 feet in the background makes him about 6'2". That's not massive.
I mean,
Well, I mean, that's also just your arbitrary opinion on how big that bush is.
and also the
Chet, look at the photo and tell me.
You're right. That bush is
Now-
4 feet 6 inches. You're
now,
right. I looked
also,
at it.
also,
Okay, then if that bush isn't 4.5 feet or so, and you don't think it is, then that means the person who took the photo is 7 feet tall.
now also you have to think of this psychologically. Is if say if it's some guy pranking, right? If it's someone
of
who's
course.
like, if it's someone who's pranking and the joggers don't
Well,
know what's
apparently
going
multiple
on.
people have seen it now.
Yeah. Right. So like apparently like also, so if someone is pranking them and people are stumbling upon this, they're gonna get freaked out no matter what. And they're the first thing their eyes defensively do is make the threat seem bigger than it actually is, and it keeps them alive. So let me see my laptop back because I do want to pull up
I
something
gotta
else.
look up this El Chupacabra.
It was a hoax.
Well, it was a hoax.
Yeah, but I think there's a trailer, even though it's a joke.
This?
Oh, what the fuck is this
Yeah,
thing?
what is this? Is this a movie?
El Chupacabras?
Chupacabras. When's this coming out? This summer, huh?
Bueno, en la que degollamos tenía si acaso alguna onza de sangre. No botó nada más.
So it's Bloomhouse. They make good stuff.
Yeah, well, they're going to copy strike us.
No, we're not going to show this. We won't show the film. We'll show us looking at it real quick. Tigris.
Ugh.
Yeah, Bloomhouse goes creepy like that.
So we're going to go watch this, guys?
No.
What do you mean, no?
You could download it probably.
It looks great.
What the fuck is that? Oh, here it comes. That's Chupacabras.
Aww.
Told you.
Why would you do that?
So what the original, like when they would come across these dogs who were fucking like had no hair, they looked like fucking rabid and shit, and they were mostly dead. And it turns out it was a bacterial skin infection that these Mexican dogs had gotten into, and they would
Mange.
Yeah.
kind of like, it was some form of mange.
Severe mange.
And they would go in, and of course they would eat chickens and goats and shit, and fuck up people's livestock. But that was what it ended
Gross.
up being.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, I always think I do enjoy the lure of
The lure.
the lure, like how
the
people
lure.
get lured, how people get lured into like the
Right.
Bigfoot stuff, just because it's fun. But then there's also the people on the fringe who just like take it way too seriously, like the guys in like the hunting Bigfoot TV shows.
Yes.
who are like legit.
Well, you
fucking
know-
weirdos.
you know
Those
that-
are the guys that are making
Well,
money
the
off
funny,
You know-
of it.
you know
the
that
funny thing is
Bigfoot
they never
only-
find Bigfoot.
You know,
well, the show
Bigfoot-
would end.
Bigfoot is actually one of the aliens that crashed at Roswell.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Is it?
It's actually
You know,
Chewbacca.
Star Wars is
Yeah,
true
that's
story.
what that was a cool thing about Chewbacca. They thought it was a cool fan theory of it being Chewbacca.
The Millennium Falcon crashed.
Yeah.
Han died.
And Chewie was the Chewie became the fucking
and
Bigfoot.
that's how we got Star Wars. He told us.
No, it was on a
George
episode
Lucas
of Indiana
ran-
Jones.
Oh, he said.
George Lucas ran into him on a jogging trip.
Yeah,
Like,
sounds about right. In the redwoods.
I'm going to write a movie about you.
you're not going to be the main character, but you'll be in it.
Make a noise.
Now-
Yep, that's the noise.
Yeah.
That's the noise.
Now, speaking of,
People are going to be you for Halloween.
Oh, you know what? This is what I was talking about.
Well, stop talking about it.
An alien drops off a chupacabra on a street, and it's actual like.
Look at it. Look at it.
Stupid.
It's
What
actual news?
that
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like an alien from Splice.
Yeah, well, that's the fucking photo that they use.
Actual news.
But yeah, it's so you're a Nessie fan though. You're much more into Nessie, aren't you?
I guess. They also say there's a Nessie in
There's Nessie in Scotland.
they say there's a Nessie in the jungles of Central Africa.
Okay, that'd be
There's
interesting.
large rivers there.
You
probably
can look a
anaconda.
lot of this up.
There's probably one in like there's definitely probably big snakes out there, and big fish like monster fish. But I don't know if there would be something that could sustain itself in that regard. Like you have to be able to figure out if it's something like that massive, what the fuck does that thing eat?
Well, don't you remember the show River Monsters?
Yes.
It eats
Yeah, haven't you
people.
ever seen River Monsters?
Yes.
That dude caught I saw that dude catch an 800-pound goldfish in a fucking river.
Yes.
Yeah, what about the
those things are-
megalodons that have been sighted all over the world?
But there's
I
no
don't know, I heard
live.
about
There's
that.
no live.
Yeah,
CSI
What, you've
of
never
that.
heard of the megalodons?
Did you ever
I
watch?
haven't heard
extinct-
about modern sightings.
Yeah, they've been extinct for a couple 100 million years, but like
No, they live under the thermal pockets that we
Nah.
pop when
In
we
the hollow earth.
Dwight figured that out. No, Dwight figured out there's a thermofrost. You know the Mariana Trench, so there's a thermofrost at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as deep as we thought it was.
That's
Okay.
the
Dwight from The Office figured it out.
Thank you, Dwight. Thanks for clearing that up. Now,
The movie Megalodon.
Massive sharks still exist today. Megalodons.
No, you're right.
No,
Well, I don't know. Judging by that,
there have been a shitload of sightings.
Chad,
recently
judging by the
of
bush in
giant-
that picture, that shark's only 4 feet 6 inches.
That was good. That was a good callback. I'm surprised you remembered that far.
that's a good one. That was a good one. Now, but speaking of,
wait 1 second, Dave. But Chad, they do that same theory in the movie Underwater with the chick from Twilight. It's so funny. Like Cthulhu comes in. It's so
of course,
fucking
then it gets.
stupid.
It has to be a shitty movie if she's in it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, of course. But speaking of legit, actually big furry monsters, there was one incident where in California, where a woman had to save her dogs from a brown bear climbing over her fence, which that is fucking insane. Like, remember when we were talking about you guys
That
were
video
joking?
was lit.
Yeah, like, do you remember how you were joking about how a few months ago, how you guys were like joking, like Dave thinks he could kill a bear. Dave thinks he could take a bear. And I'm like, no way. This woman proved us completely wrong because this fucking woman took on a fucking brown bear. Brown bears are massive. This one's a small one. This one is a small brown bear. But like, this is on her fucking cam footage. So they're up here. She's this beautiful little house. And there's a fucking brown bear and her 2 cubs.
Yeah, have you guys not seen this
video
video yet?
Insanely bad.
No.
The dogs, of course, start freaking out.
Holy shit.
And the bear is fucking him up. The bear would kill all of those dogs instantaneously. And here comes Mama. She pushes the bear off of the fence.
Yeah.
She runs up and pushes the bear off the wall, grabs the dogs. The guy calls the dogs in. She grabs the dogs. What a fucking badass that woman
Holy
is.
shit, yeah.
Yes.
What is that, Russia?
No, this is in California.
I was going to say, that was a big dog.
Yeah.
I love watching bear videos.
And that
from
bear was
Russia
like
'cause they
twice
don't
as
care
big.
about 'em.
Oh, yeah,
And
dude.
that's a small brown bear, dude. That's a small brown bear. They're massive.
Dude, one slash the face.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess it was fighting.
Yeah,
back.
that
Your
dog probably
claws
got
big.
big.
Yeah.
That dog probably got caught pretty good on the head.
Yeah, or popped. Like
Yeah.
like bears will sometimes just pop you in the head, but still, it's a fucking big ass bear, dude. Like that's
Especially around the cubs. That's
Yeah.
dangerous.
insane. And the woman
Yeah.
just runs up and pushes the bear off the wall, grabs
You
the
know that
smaller
woman's
dog
nuts.
and goes in. And the guy is just like,
The husband's probably like, honey, what the fuck are
no,
you doing?
the guy's calling the dogs like, guys, come on in, come on in.
Well, I'm sure once you're that close to a bear and you see that's happening to your dogs, the adrenaline just instantly starts pumping.
Yeah,
and you're
oh, yeah,
fucking in
absolutely.
fight or flight mode, and you're like, save my dogs.
And
Like,
California
And
won't
you
let
can
them
tell
have
those
guns.
tiny little dogs.
Yeah,
that's
those
probably
fucking-
her dogs that she carries around all the time. The way
Yeah.
she picked them up and she was like,
And I mean, and exactly what Dave said. Those fucking liberal scum in California.
Oh,
they don't let
let
them
them
have guns.
Exactly.
Well, so you're saying that she should have shot the bear?
She should have shot it right in the fucking head.
Right in its stupid bear face.
Right in its
John's like, you should have killed the babies first.
You should have.
What is Bambi for bears?
You know how much you could sell
Hey,
a
boo it smells like a picnic basket.
imagine how much you could sell a bear carcass for.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I guess if you shoot it in the face, it's gonna ruin the value.
Nah, you
Oh
just
man,
turn
that
it
could make
into
a nice
rug.
jacket or something.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
gonna ruin the value if
It's
you shoot
okay,
in the
you
face.
No,
have
you want the
someone-
blood. You want the blood in a good bear jacket.
Listen, the only thing that will
I would put it up as a scarecrow, but it'd be a scare bear.
Yeah, to other
Scare
bears.
bear.
Just to scare away the other bears.
To remind
Come
the
here,
babies what
bear,
happens.
And I will kill you.
Do you know
It'd
how
be like
you-
Vlad the Impaler at his castle in Transylvania.
So do you know how they hunt bears naturally? they get like a pack of trained dogs that run into the woods, find the bear, and scare it into a tree.
Yeah.
And then the
they'll shoot
hunters
it up.
show up to where the dog has it scared into a tree and just shoot it out of the tree.
They do the same thing with coon.
Nice. That's so sad. What
Yeah,
do you mean?
I mean, they do the same
That's
thing.
what I want to do.
Why are
to
you jerking off?
That's
Yeah.
what I want to do to you.
They do the same thing with raccoon hunting. Like, they do the
John's
same
like,
thing.
nice. So
I have
excited.
great ideas now.
Hey, can we take a moment to appreciate Chad's farmer tan and how fucking bad it is?
I was saying that. I
What
was
do you mean?
saying
He
that.
has
Shit,
color.
dude.
I'm so proud of
Yeah,
him.
but only up to a certain point.
what do
It
you
is
elbows?
like,
He has more color than the both of you put
no,
together.
I acknowledge that. And he has a
Absolutely.
great color, but on his forearm.
Chad,
So,
Right.
Chad
His
didn't
hair
know
is-
he could look this good.
His hair is brighter.
shit.
Eliza,
dude.
get in here.
Chad, take off your shirt.
You've seen. Believe
Chad,
me,
take
you've
your
seen it.
shirt off.
Yeah, but tell us how much he wants to, like,
Yeah.
Clothes on
Now.
now. Clothes on.
Leave the shirt on.
But what shirt are you wearing? Because the sleeves are that long.
Obviously not this shirt.
Yeah, obviously not a t-shirt. What is it?
AJ,
sleeves
It's my
go
work
down to-
shirt.
we were
Oh,
at
do you
the
just
down
roll
to
them
your-
up?
No, my work shirt just has
No,
like long.
we were at the
Oh.
bar. We were at the bar last
Fits me
night.
better.
And Eliza said, "Chad, you should have come up with me to New York last week. We could have gotten married in the Longhouse. They wouldn't have been able to tell the difference."
Dude, I've never been this dark before in my life.
It's the closest.
I do not. I genuinely do not recognize
Are the
my face when I
Indians
look at it.
are the Indians up north only this dark? Because that's not very dark.
It's close. They said
What do
she
you
said
mean?
close
How dark
enough.
do you want them to be?
I'm just saying, like, that's
Should they be
tan, but
black?
that's-
Like I don't understand.
They're basically
Should
as
they,
dark
like,
as Eliza is.
They can't
She's
be
an
Mexican.
Indian.
Yeah.
It's the
You've seen
closest.
my, you've seen
I'd
my
like-
girlfriend.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
prefer
Yeah,
more.
she's- That's what Native Americans look like.
The rest of them are. I mean, some of them are darker.
It's the closest she's ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
said
Indian.
Native American. I did. I said Native American. Don't yell at me.
Chad said Indian.
No,
Chad said
that was
Indian.
JJ because he's intolerant. JJ's a white guilt fucking milk toast motherfucker.
JJ's a racist. He was saying
And
horrible
then Chad
things.
said, "Is it like an Indian or Indian?" And I said, "Whoa,
Wow.
Yeah, Chad's been real bad.
it's Native American."
JJ's
Chad.
like. Come on, JJ. What the fuck?
JJ.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to cut. I'm gonna have
All
to
right.
do an audio ad.
Dave, hit the
leave
button.
it in. Leave it in, but just beep out all the like just so it's just beep 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 beep.
It's gonna sound
yeah,
like
but
Morse
right,
code.
but then he has to beep out everything. because
No,
we
but then
can't.
fast forward it a little bit. Make it like twice the speed. So.
Yeah, this is beep 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 beep.
It's gonna go. We're gonna hear this in the background.
Eliza just texted me, take your shirt off.
Hey, take your shirt off.
Shirt off.
Take your goddamn shirt off. Eliza, can you come in here and pull his shirt off?
Take your pants off.
Eliza, come in here and rape him.
Take your shirt off.
Hey,
Take his pants off.
go eat some corn.
Oh shit.
It's called a maze.
No, none of us. do.
Called Maze. I'm surprised you knew that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised you knew that.
Why? I'm from New Jersey. There
Chad.
were Native Americans in New Jersey.
I had the button ready too. As soon as he takes your shirt off.
That's hot.
Wow.
That is hot, Chad.
She must be tight like a man's anus.
Why do you have this ready?
Why wouldn't you?
I had the other
What
one.
other ones do you have?
Let's see.
Looks like you're fucked.
Okay, I remember. I forget about that one.
When did you guys?
Evan gave me a bunch of these sound bites
It was
just for
Evan.
funny shit.
Come on, Doom.
Yeah,
Or no, that wasn't
what are
Doom,
some
that
other
was,
ones? Why don't we use these that much? I mean, they're fucking obnoxious.
Right,
Horrible,
exactly.
And they
This
had
one.
no value
The
or
word.
content
What
in
are
any
you,
way.
fucking...
Ta-da.
Shut up.
What are we, a morning show?
Yeah. And
This
then,
is Stinky in the Dick.
Stinky in the dick.
how's it going, boys?
Howdy, howdy.
You're here with two in the pink
your
and one in
voice.
the, and one in the stink.
What's one of the?
We need the butt.
No, that's trademark. No, we're getting sued.
Trademarked.
Oh my God! Is this a crossover?
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Family Guy.
Adult Swim.
Don't-
Thank you.
Yeah. And since we're going, it's for one more link. I know Chad says that he doesn't like us being a reaction channel, but this one, I think we can all connect. We can all connect with this.
Chad
Is
doesn't
this
like
the
us being
Amazon
anything.
driver?
Chad doesn't even like us being
Is
a
this the
podcast.
Amazon
Do you want us
driver?
to be a reaction
Yes.
channel?
No.
So
Shut the fuck up.
this
I'll
I
react
felt
to whatever the fuck I
I
want to
felt
react.
this so bad. It's the Amazon driver who just was caught freaking the fuck out.
Does he have Tourette's?
He just gave up.
What'd he do?
He just
Look at the.
Did he crash the car?
No, he's just overwhelmed.
He's just Amazon driving. What are you doing?
He's
Why would
restarting.
you do that?
Oh, he's just been sitting there.
Yeah. Just overwhelmed, man.
Well, this is
Dude, they
sad.
work like
Why are we
16 hours a
watching
day.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it connects with people.
Did he check his crypto wallet? I feel that.
But yeah, I feel that, dude. I do that at least twice a week.
I like how he's still driving safely. Like he's not accelerating too fast.
No,
he's doing
dude.
a proper 3-point turn.
Those
probably-
cars don't accelerate.
He probably just got a fucking call.
No, those have turbos in them. Our Granite van is one of those. Our Granite van's one of those with just the racks on the side.
Our Granite van is one of those.
They have a twin turbo in them. They're fucking supercharged because they get better gas mileage.
twin
all
turbo
new
supercharged.
vehicles have turbo. Dude, I think his fucking Nissan has a turbo in it. Dave's I think has a turbo in it because you get better gas mileage with it.
Right. And so like all the comments in the video were all people was just like overflowing with support for he definitely was overwhelmed. Like I guarantee you he was 30 minutes off from his shift and then they call him and say, "Hey, we got another truck for you to drop." And he's like, fuck, he's just pushed to the brink. And I fucking know that, dude. I fucking feel for those people. I know plenty of delivery drivers who have to get fucking shit on 10-hour shifts, fucking having to deliver 400 packages in a single fucking go while they're being spied on by truck cameras and cell phone apps the entire time. So drivers have to go to extremes to meet like all the quotas that Amazon meets them and all that shit.
Listen, it's all right. In
can't
10
take
years,
too
Elon
many
Musk
breaks.
And
will
all
replace
for
them.
$16 an hour.
Right. Yeah.
Elon Musk
like-
is going to replace them all in 10 years.
Like they'll skip lunches, skip bathroom breaks,
You mean
all that
Daddy
shit.
Elon.
Forcing drivers to
Bad-
like piss
big-
in bottles
big
and
Papa
shit.
Elon.
It happens. Like you go to an Amazon drop-off spot, there's in the ditch right before you leave, there's a fucking ditch full of piss bottles. And in their company handbook, there is a thing that says urine bottles to be not left in the fucking van. Like it's
Well,
that
I
fucking
would hope
tells you that
not.
shit. Like it sucks. So like I definitely feel for those people. So like
I would just, if I ever had that kind of job, I would just be like,
Listen,
this
piss-
is like fucking fire me then. Like
Piss
if I gotta
jugs have
piss,
been
I
part of
gotta
the
piss.
business since the fucking
Did you know
60s.
that? Did you know that public urination arrests are up like 8,000% since COVID started because businesses aren't open, so you can't walk into a gas station anymore and be
Yeah.
like, "Can I use a bath?" You know,
No.
so people are getting arrested for public urination. It's like,
Yes.
what are you supposed to do when you have to piss so bad and you're out and about and no business will legally let you in?
now I will the funniest public urination story I ever had was
I want to.
How many do you have?
I have one, and it's a fucking doozy. My buddies and I were in Italy. It was in a high school. It was a high school field trip. It was the Easter pilgrimage because I went to Catholic school.
What kind of fucking white?
It was Catholic school, and you got to, and
Yeah,
you
just
were
a
able to-
natural elementary Catholic school field trip to Italy.
No, it was high school seniors. We were high school seniors. You had to pay a whole bunch of money to do it, but we got to do a once in a lifetime opportunity. We go to the Vatican, see all the cool shit. Then we go to this little town called Assisi, which is like a little town in the mountains,
Right, where
in the
they touch
hills.
all the little boys after you go to the Vatican.
in the mountains. Yeah,
In the
right.
mountains. Dave's like, I don't remember most of that, but
So
I
you could
slept
at,
well.
At 18, you can drink in Italy, right? And just think of a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds from America who decide they just want to get fucked up in Italy.
All a bunch of Catholic school boys.
So we start drinking wine bottles at about 10 a.m.
Nice.
My buddy Del McCusker, I love the guy to death.
Like I was just out in this.
No, this is public
about
knowledge.
public urination.
This is this is like knowledge. Like we have pictures of it on Facebook. My buddy James and I had to carry my buddy Del throughout the streets of Assisi, piss drunk at like noon. We were all fucked up at noon. He's drunker than anyone. He could barely walk. He's about 6 inches taller than me, and we're having to like carry him because he can barely walk.
That'd be like having to try.
We drop him off on the
Drag
seat.
you.
We drop him off on the sidewalk so that we can like grab a drink or something. We walk out. He's begging for money outside the fucking street, getting money from people, and then finally he says, "I gotta piss," and we're like, "Dude, we have to find a bathroom." And we
Who
don't
is this
speak. We don't
tourist?
speak
Get him the
Italian.
fuck out of
and
our
we don't.
city.
And we don't speak Italian. And
Get
we're
him out of our
we're
mountain
like
town.
17, 18 years old, lost in this little town. No adult supervision. We can't speak Italian. We're trying to find bathrooms, and we can't until finally he says, "Fuck it, just get me in this corner." We
How do
go
you
into
say
this-
you have to go to the bathroom without saying it? You're like,
I know. It's fucking-
You're just running up to random Italians, people who have never left this town in 18 generations,
Exactly.
and you're running up like,
Bagno, something. I don't know. But like he's like, fuck it, just pull me up. We go into like this little overhang area into a corner, and he's pissing in the middle of the fucking day. People passing, tourists passing, who knew that we were in the school group. And we finally we make it through, and he's like, I gotta go again. I was like, fuck you, we're going to the hotel. We finally get close enough to the hotel that we can finally find our way back. And we get him, and it's just the most ridiculous thing. And the next day, our teacher goes, we have to refrain from alcohol for the next day or so, because apparently, like, even the teachers got way too drunk that night.
Just
to the point
wine
where
drunk.
everyone's just pissed drunk. I drank about half a bottle of Jägermeister, and
the only
got really
English
bad.
these old Italians know are fucking American.
exactly. And it was one of the funniest things ever. I fucking loved it.
No wonder that everyone hates us.
Yeah, we're not the worst. We're not the worst tourists. The Chinese mainlanders are the worst tourists.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
dude, I
God.
used to teach skiing, and they used to get busloads of factory workers that were just like, that was their vacation. They would just like all pool their money together and go on a vacation. They end up skiing.
Yeah.
None of them knew English. It was just like a shit show.
Well,
and it's ridiculous. And they don't know how to tip. They don't know how to follow directions. And you like try to cordon them off, and they're just like, all right, whatever, bye.
Well, it's not just all the Chinese. It's the mainland China. It's all the rural ones, because they shit in the fucking street. They shit in malls.
it's
Like,
cultural differences.
Right. So what happens is that in Europe, in malls in Europe and in other parts of Asia, there will be signs in Chinese saying "Don't shit in the floor." Like, don't shit on the floor, because these kids will just in their pants, they have a cut open in their pants so that you can just literally sprawl out and take a shit and keep going. And like,
How do they not, like,
in
wipe?
rural China? They just don't. It's a cultural difference thing, and they're in rural China where it's all farms.
I guess once you're used to it.
right. And
Yeah,
so
I guess so,
they might
yeah.
go clean up somewhere else, but like even toilets in China are just like a little hole, a hole in the floor.
That's actually
Chad looks like he just can't
that's the-
comprehend anything you're
You
saying.
gotta think
right
there's
now.
there's more there's more second world nations than there are first world nations. You know, second where it's not like pure poverty, but it's not wealth.
And China's so
I hear
big,
we live better than 98% of the world.
right? And China's so big, you've got a lot of like very advanced
it's
areas,
still not great.
right? And you've got a lot of advanced
I know,
areas,
right?
but a lot
My
of like
life
really
sucks.
rural areas that are
Yeah, no,
farming.
there's parts of
we
Europe
live way
that are
better
still
than-
like that. There's parts of Europe that are still so backwards.
Dude,
No,
there-
absolutely.
there are-
There's villages in France that don't have cars.
Have you been to the Baltic regions?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm not even talking. I don't even
think
that
they shut the
shithole.
gulag.
Oh yeah, dude. They have their own
They
sort
still
of
think it's the
justice system.
USSR.
Yeah, no, there are 30 million men in China who will never have a female partner
Yeah, did you hear about
because the one child policy.
Did you
You
know
know,
they
they
lifted
reversed
it?
this.
Yeah, it's a 3-child.
Yes.
They want people to
Right,
have children
but
now,
but
which
because-
generally is a sign that
No.
China's going to war.
But
so.
no, but because the reason being is that generation has already been skipped. It's already happened. So,
Learn
like,
your
it's already in
Chinese
effect.
now.
So like they're allowing more kids, but the people who are already like in their 20s and our age still are at a huge disadvantage for finding a mate.
Right, no, right, exactly. See, so they really did curb it, but they curbed it too well, and they didn't lift it. So now all the men are old.
Yeah.
And because men make more than women, they would get rid of the girls
Yeah.
as like
Massive
infants.
abortions in-
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Are we
So
having a
there's-
boy or an abortion?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Pretty much.
And it was
so
also
there
a cultural
are no
thing.
women in China right now.
Right, and there was it was a cultural thing too. Like men were much more highly regarded in society, and
God,
like you
the
said,
good
they
old
made-
days.
They made
Naturally.
more. But that's the thing. There's 30 million Chinese men who are our age and a little bit older who will never have a female partner because there's not enough. And also, it sucks is that
I
the
would leave
females,
China.
the females are also the caretakers.
Yeah, like,
Right. Good luck.
hold on, you're telling me the Chinese Communist Party mismanaged their country and won't let you leave?
And you're telling me society left alone overreacted?
Get out of here.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. And also,
Are you not allowed to leave China?
They overcorrected.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
they have
can, but it's
no,
hard.
they have closed
It's hard.
borders.
It's
They have
hard.
closed borders. You're not allowed to migrate out of China without government approval.
It's so-
you're not allowed to open a business without government
This is-
approval, and you're not allowed to come to China if you're Muslim.
This is the
or
number
gay.
one way people get out of China.
That is a Fact.
Listen, JJ, this is the number one way people get out of China. They study abroad, they're in college, and they just don't come back.
Yeah.
That's also the number one
And
way
they just
most
leave their
illegal
family behind.
immigrants get in the country. People think they're flooding over the border. No, they come here for work, or school, and just never leave.
People don't understand that more immigrants get in through legal ways than they do through illegal ways.
Of course.
It's most of the time they overstay their visas. And
Yeah,
don't leave.
it's not. People think like there's like this massive flood of Mexicans just sweeping.
There is. Just because they're not the majority doesn't mean it's not a large amount. But I mean, it's also mainly about stopping criminals, drugs, and weapons.
Right.
Coming across the border.
But you are right. There is a massive amount of people that are just not Hispanic that are still flooding here, like through legal means and stuff. But they just overstay their visas.
Right.
And no one who has overstayed their visa from the UK is going to get pulled over by a cop saying, "Where's your visa?"
Yeah,
right?
no, nobody's out there like, where's your visa?
No, with that accent is going to have that pull over.
A police officer doesn't understand.
Unless you get actually arrested for
Right.
a serious thing.
Yeah,
and
unless
they're
you get
like,
arrested.
you're an illegal immigrant from Canada.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Get him, Mounties. A horse comes out of
Oh,
nowhere.
don't send me back to Quebec.
They caught me, eh?
They caught me, eh?
Justin Trudeau's beating his dick. So like, come on, bro.
Justin Trudeau shows up with a Labatt Blue in one hand and a hockey stick in the other. You're coming home, eh?
Actually, he probably was just like, I wanted a free trip back. It seemed cheaper.
Exactly.
This place sucks now. Have you seen the news?
Yeah. But no, what was it? That's the one reason though that China is pretty much
Three free meals on a flight back to Canada.
But no, that's the thing. That's the
Hey,
reason
Canada's
why.
a shithole too.
Yeah, that's why Canada or China has been so has basically done nothing about the human trafficking issue. Is
Oh,
that
they don't care.
they basically so what happens? The biggest way that people escape North Korea is they get into China and they sell themselves into the sex trafficking ring, and so. There was this big story about this girl who was born in North Korea, escaped with her mother, got put into at age like 14 into the sex trafficking ring in China. Her mother got sold to a farmer. She convinced the guy
this is
who
uplifting.
no, this is a
Shut
big
up.
story. Convinced the guy who was holding her to buy her mother,
Fired the daughter.
buy the mother back because she was with the daughter was with the guy. She convinced the guy that she was with to buy the mother. Got the mother. He couldn't afford to keep them both. So the daughter and her escaped, but she had to sell her mother back into sex trafficking to get the money to then steal her away again and escape. Got into Mongolia where she was interrogated for like months.
Also a
because they think
communist
that she's a
country.
spy because they think she's a spy and her mother are spies. They then transfer her to South Korea where they were trying to get to. They spend all this time because what South Korea will do if you escape from North Korea,
They'll take you in.
They will. They spend 6 months in a sort of reprogramming thing. So they sort of learn what the real world is,
To make you into a sheep.
and then they give you 6 months of utilities and rent in public housing, and then you're on your own. And this girl who had she was like 15 or so, had the intelligence of a 7-year-old from education wise because of North Korea.
Right. Jesus.
She was able to pass her first grade through 12th grade exams in a year, was able to get into South Korean University, which is insanely competitive, then got to go to Columbia University and study. And she gave a speech in Ireland at like a young world leaders
And this
organization.
girl's seen more dicks than probably half the school put together.
Unfortunately.
What
yeah.
the fuck, JJ? That's what you take out of the whole thing?
And so this was...
And JJ just gets up during her speech.
Well, here's the sad part.
How much did you sell your mom for?
Give me
Yeah.
bukkake on your face.
Now, here's the shitty part though. Was
Oh
that
wait, we're getting into the shitty part.
no, because here's the sad part is the fact that these were Christian missionaries who helped smuggle her into Mongolia, and when they learned that she was in the sex trafficking ring before she got to them, they basically says like, oh, you're fucked, you're going to hell because God won't wash away that sin. And so she was like fucking just completely like defeated in the fact that she
that's
thought
pretty
that
awful.
yeah. But I think that's why I think she said she was an atheist because of all that. She just she couldn't do it anymore. But she was super thankful for the people that helped her. But it was like it was a crazy fucking story. Jordan Peterson just had her on his podcast and she told like the entire story of like everything and how it was. It was crazy. Like you have to the kids in North Korea before they go to school, they have to go to all the bathrooms in their town and collect all the poop. because they use it for fertilizer because they don't have a fertilization method for their crops. So the kids are forced to bring the poop to school before they can go to school.
Like so unsanitary.
This
no.
this kind of
Exactly.
reminds me of what I said earlier about how we live better than 98% of the world.
Exactly.
It's almost like
And
we
then
don't
as
ever
a-
have to handle our own poop.
Don't have to.
Wait,
Don't
wait,
have
wait, wait.
to.
Hold on.
We
What?
don't have
We don't?
to.
Yeah.
Well, not you can. That's the great part about our country.
Chad.
Nobody's
We're
gonna
that-
stop you.
We're that
Chad.
free.
Some people choose
good.
to.
It's so good that you pay a little bit of your salary towards a service that you never have to touch poop.
Or we're
I
so
don't pay
good.
taxes.
Or
Yeah, that's
we're
what
so.
I'm getting.
Or we're so good. Of
You
a country.
actually don't pay taxes on that. You pay it in your rent, and you pay a sewage fee in your rent. And that
Well, I
pays
mean, it
for
depends. Sometimes sewage is
utility.
in
Right, but
It's
that's
a
Taxes.
utility you pay
Right.
for. That's why you pay
or
for water. And
or
pay for
we're so
Yeah,
free.
but sometimes towns will vote to have it in taxes.
Yeah, well, that's if they're incorporated. That's
Yes.
why
Yeah,
it said that's
why
the only
I'm saying
difference.
It's different.
between
It depends on where you
incorporated
live.
and-
Depends on
Okay.
where you live.
Or we're so free that you can go on a website and hire a woman to actually put poop on you, so you can
Hey,
do
Dave.
handle poop.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You were trying to push that one in there. Did you know people poo on each other and they like it?
Yeah, that website's
He's like,
called
let's just
Craigslist.
normalize this, right, guys?
Oh man.
He's like, I've been jerking off since I was 12, and it's the only thing that gets me off now.
All right, tell me about topic number 2 now.
Tell me about Chad's seeking arrangements profile. Jesus, Chad.
Go back to Canada.
Oh yeah, there's the sheriff
A
versus
nice
the
liberal
dildo.
paradise.
Oh
Canada's
yeah.
a shithole. Do you know that? Do you know why most of Canadian cities are really close to the fucking border? Almost all the Canadian cities, like major cities, are within 30
Yeah, because
miles.
it gets a lot colder once you go a lot further than that.
Yeah, the rest of Canada
That
is
is
just a
also true.
shit show.
So
It's almost like it's just fucking dead tundra after that.
Yeah, it's almost
but
like,
no, Canada acts like they're so much
geography.
better than us. It's
They're
like your
just
entire
Ameri-
country's
They're
30
just
miles.
America's hat.
so
Yeah, they're literally the Russia of.
Like, you live on the rim. Like, I hope the world gets a little bit colder and you have to come to us. And we're like, leave that stick up your ass at the door.
so you guys.
Yeah, no, you're paying for medicine. You want to go to the hospital? Couple grand. Throw a comma in there.
So have you guys ever heard
Store
of
comma in there.
so have you guys ever heard of the dong copter?
We don't have time for a new topic. Hit the button.
No.
I can call it.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, I couldn't go with it. I just had to go with it. You'll have to hear it next episode, guys.
No, just
You
fit
won't,
it in
don't
right
worry.
now. Fit it in before this is over.
Shut
Come on,
up.
quick.
No. Let him talk.
Nope, you'll have to get through
Just
it.
let him talk.
You'll have to go to the next episode. Next episode, by the way, guys, we're interviewing the Brian Roberts Band. It's gonna be awesome. It's a local band out in Charleston. They're blowing up. They're selling out live shows every fucking weekend. And they're fans of the podcast. They reached out to us and wanted to be on the show.
Nice.
So I'm really excited to have them on.
Can't wait to have them on. Talk about the Dong
They better bring their own weed.
Yeah, they have to
It's
bring their
outlaw
own
country,
drugs.
so you know they will.
Oh, well, fuck, man. Then,
I know.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm bringing my own straw.
Nice.
Oh, guys, check us out on Facebook. We have all the videos. The podcast you can watch live on YouTube. The video stuff, all the stuff that we get to see, you get to see too. Check us out. Once again, we start with more stuff on Twitch. We're going to have plenty of gameplay footage that we do, that we love playing, and you get to watch us interact. So thank you guys for checking out the Mooks podcast. AJ, JJ, Chad, and myself, Dave. We love you guys. Thank you.
AJ, JJ, Chad, and myself, Dave. Say that 10 times fast.
I'll
When
take
does
it
the
one.
podcast start? Do the clap sync.
You're all gonna be mad at me.
God damn it, Chad.